Alright, this is just a quick tutorial to go over the Mass Transit Kiosk. When you go to the machine with your Mass Transit Kiosk, you're going to want to log in with the login and password. When you log in, you should only see one thing in the dock, which is the Adobe Remote Desktop application. And what this will do is allow you to remote into the Mass Transit server. You want to be careful when you do this because you have access directly to the server. So when I say be careful, I mean like with things like quick keys like Command Q for Command Quit. You want to be careful because you don't want to quit Mass Transit on accident while you're trying to quit Remote Desktop. So here's Remote Desktop in the dock. You click on that. It's already been pre-configured with one list, which is Phoenix Mass Transit here. And here you see the Phoenix Mass Transit server. So if you double click on it, it'll pull up this window that'll let you basically control it. Here you see the status window. Nothing is sending right now. I can close the status window, and I'll show you how you bring it back up. You can even close the main window here, and you see the desktop. So this is desktop for the server, and this is what I mean by being careful. You don't want to command quit remote desktop, because you can quit remote desktop, but you see there isn't a quit key. Well, if you're in here and you're inside Mass Transit, you could accidentally quit Mass Transit. Okay, so there's the engine, and then here's the administrator. If you go to Windows, you can say show me the navigation bar, and it pulls up this little bar, and there's 5 areas in here. The only one you're really concerned with is contacts, statuses, and the log. The log will show you what's happening. Contacts, if you click on that, this is the list of all the different vendors. Here we see 14 jobs that are waiting to send to JTS Direct. So if you click on this lane, you'll see a highlight. It even gives you a little description of something going on. See, we have error connections. These are triggered by various different things, but all we have to do is manually go in there and hit connect. So you highlight JTS Direct, there's 14 jobs to send, hit connect, and then that's where the status comes in. If you click on status, it'll show a little bar that shows you an update as to what is happening in real time. Here you see it is pushing through files pretty quick. 1 megabyte file just shot through, almost a 2 megabyte file just shot through. You'll see the number declining. See, it's already down to 8. While we're in here, I can close this. You don't need the navigation bar. It's easy to pull these windows up. They're also set up to quick key. So if I wanted to see the log, Command 3, it'll pull up a log. And the log is just a record of what has been going on in Mass Transit. So here you see everything is good. It's green. We have it currently set to all. You can pick a specific vendor. So right now we're looking at JTS Direct. If you click on JTS Direct, it'll take a second to update the log, and it'll just show all the JTS Direct stuff. Here you see some warnings. Over the weekend, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, could not send files through. Sometimes you'll see red. Let me see if I can find a red. The red is just when it lets you know that there was indeed an error. Yeah, there you go. See the reds here? So there were errors there. So that's the log. Let's see. There's some other mailboxes. JTS is down to 1 file. Let's see. NTA Graphics South is not sending. We'll hit connect. And then I think it's Command 2. And that should pull up the status. Oh, no, that's files. Let's hit Command. Let's go to Windows. Status is Command 1. So here you see it is trying to connect to NTA Graphics. JTS is just finished. So now here it is trying to connect to NTA Graphics to send the file. You see it's going a little slow, but now it is connecting, and it actually shot the file through pretty fast. 18 megabytes almost in a second. And so that is what the Mass Transit Kiosk is for. Part of the reason why it crashes is just because of the network. This is a slightly older version of Mass Transit as well. And so when we upgrade, it'll hopefully be a little bit more stable. But for right now, sometimes you just have to manually go in there and connect. When you're done, you just leave this up. And what you do is just close this window. So that way you didn't actually quit. You can actually see inside the Adobe Remote Desktop window here. It'll show you the name of the server, if it's available, what is currently running, and who's logged in. Right now the server is logged in as the administrator, and Mass Transit is up and running. Again, you just double click it, and then you can see what's going on. And then when you're done, you leave all this up. You don't want to accidentally close any of these windows or anything. You want to make sure these windows are still available. If you accidentally close them, you can look down here and see that the Mass Transit is running. You just go back up here to Windows, or you hit Command 0, and it'll pull the contacts back up. And then if you want to know if anything's connected, it's Command 1, and it'll pull up the status window. Once you're okay with everything connecting and going through, and you got what you needed, here, you just close the window. And then when you're done with remote desktop, just go up to the top corner and hit quit remote desktop. Everything's up. And then this is important, you want to log out, because only certain people have access to the Mass Transit window, because we don't want to open that up to have a bunch of people hitting the server. There's only a select sort of people who have this login and password. So you want to close this because it's normally on a machine. Like here, in this case, this is the core conversion machine. You want to log back out so other artists can come back in and log in to continue converting, and they don't have to worry about accidentally messing with Mass Transit. If you have any questions, email us or let us know, and then we'll help you out with refreshers on what you can do there.